You're just going to be expanding the frame and start finding the counterexamples. So this is where we're doing our polya pattern, which could either be finding counterexamples to either the consequence of that belief, of what should be the case, or of the contingencies, of why I have the belief, or, the background of the belief. So in this case, you might say your parents were probably excited when you spoke your first words. Maybe they didn't laugh. Maybe they were happy. They were really thrilled. You've shifted from people, you've gone into the past. It's not just all people. And even if, again, it could even be Anthony was doing, you think this now, but you didn't think this before. So it could even be a time when you didn't, the same people that you're saying laughed at you didn't laugh at you. There was another thing. Imagine that the waiter probably doesn't laugh when you order your dinner. So is that true? That should be a consequence, right? That if I speak, people will laugh. Then if I'm ordering from the menu, the waiter should break out laughing. Probably is not the case. Caring people would not laugh. So it's not all people. The whole idea here is you're not necessarily making it wrong, right? You're starting to introduce doubt. Then what belief do these counterexamples suggest that challenges the universality of the source of the limiting belief and its credibility, right? So that's now kind of a pattern about probability, etc. So you might go, okay, this belief is likely a result of your own confirmation bias coming from some kind of a crash state, or as we saw so characteristically in many cases like this with Miko, her belief came from these childhood experiences that certainly have validity, and that's why we want to welcome that and honor the intention of it. But it also creates a kind of a confirmation bias. That crash state becomes a separated part of the bigger holon, right? Because I'm sure the person in this case saying, if I speak, people will laugh at me, they're not, they want to actually be able to speak confidently in front of people, but this is their belief. Obviously, this is not the whole holon speaking. This is some part that has become its own sort of confirmation bubble. So now the metaframe is, but maybe that's what's happening here. So what could be a consequence of that this is a result of your own confirmation bias? Maybe then it's a distorted perception that's actually limiting you rather than protecting you or something. And again, you saw something similar going on with Miko. This is for self-protection that I have this belief, but maybe it's actually also limiting me from being my better self, a fully adult self. And what could be a specific example of that consequence? In this case, and again, sometimes the example is also a counterexample to the limiting belief, but a confirming example. So notice, this is the interesting thing. It's confirming this alternative belief that you could speak and people would actually be receptive.